All hail the Clicks crew. Alright, guys, so we are taking a look at a nightmare centered Heroclix team. I did a review of the Baron Mordo and the Lords of Fear OP kit a little bit ago. Check out the little eye circle if you want to see my review of every figure in that set. But anyway, I had a question on that video where I said, hey, I've got some ideas for a nightmare team. Do you guys want to see it, yes or no? And it was very popular and emphatic yes. So we are going to go ahead and take a look at a Heroclix team centered around the Nightmare from the Baron Mordo and the Lords of Fear OP kit. So for those of you that don't know what this Nightmare does, we're going to go ahead and take a look at him. Alright, so he's got this one trait, which is Lords of Fear. At the beginning of your turn, you may choose an opposing character within range and line of fire. If you do, place that character in a square adjacent to its current square. So, board manipulation is always good. And then the special on his movement is wherever you may sleep, phasing teleport, power if no friendly character has been placed this turn. Choose an opposing character with two action tokens. Place Nightmare such that he can make an attack targeting the chosen character, then do so. Damage dealt by this attack is penetrating, so that's really cool there. Yeah, so that's what he does there. He's 135 points, has the Mystic's team ability, has a 7 range, which is really respectable, 9 movement with phasing, a massive 14 attack with incapacitate, 18 defense with invincibility and indomitability, 3 damage with shape change. So that 14 attack is really what has people jazzed up. There's a bunch of different teams floating around out there with people trying to take advantage of them. It's a little hard for 300 points to take advantage of it, but we're going to try our best in this 300-point Mystics theme team. And as you can see, he loses a point each time he takes a click until he gets down to an 8 attack. But hopefully by then you've won the game and nothing really too bad happened. But we do have some backup attackers in case this guy goes down. So our first figure is Nightmare. So what are we going to do to help him out? That 14 attack's really impressive, but he doesn't have much to do in the way of damage. So one way we're going to help him out is we're going to bring in our girl from the DC universe, Zatanna. This is one of my favorite support pieces in the game right now, if you're able to get her on a team. She's just phenomenal. I don't have enough good things that I could really say about her. So she has the Justice League celebrity and mystical keywords, so she is part of the theme team. She has a trait which is not going to be important for this one. They have to have the Justice League keyword, so we're going to ignore that for now. I am playing her at 75 points, so we're going to be taking advantage of everything. So the special on her attack is Penetrating Psychic Blast, Telekinesis, free, generate a Bat Bystander, max 2. So we're going to see why those even matter here in a minute, but Penetrating Psychic Blast is good. Telekinesis is also good. That's going to help us with our mobility issue that we have with this Nightmare. Plus, it gives us a way to deal penetrating damage with a secondary attacker. And then the special on her damage is Perplex and Probability Control. So that's going to give us a way to get his Nightmare's damage up. So that'll get us up to a 4. And then if we look on the inside of Zatanna's card here, she has these Bat Bystanders, which don't look like much if you just look at them. But when you read the special on their damage, it's Enhancement and Shape Change with Sidestep 2. So what they're able to do is basically give out +2 damage once you generate 2 of them to ranged attack damage. So that means that our Nightmare, all of a sudden with one figure, ends up at a 14 attack for 6 damage, which is just where we want to be. So we're going to go ahead and take a quick look at Zatanna's stats here. We're playing her at 75 points, like I said, so she's got the Mystic's team ability, a 6 range single target, which is kind of middle of the road, starting to get long-ish in today's game. 7 movement with Sidestep, 10 attack with that special, 18 defense with super senses, 2 damage with that special. So not a lot of attack value there. 10's not bad, but for 75 points, we'd hope for 11. But she does have that perplex that she could spend on herself to get herself up to an 11. She's got the 2 bats, which would make it so that she does 4 damage. So we've got an 11 attacker for 4 damage, a 14 attacker for 5 damage, and we haven't really spent too many points yet. We still have a bunch of points left over. So we've got these 2 characters. How are we going to get them around the board? Because they don't really have move and attack on their own. You know, you could argue sidestep's sort of a move and attack, but phasing teleport definitely isn't. So how are we going to get her across the board? And that's going to bring another DC lady into the mix. Raven from the DC Rebirth set. She has the mystical keyword also, and she's pretty good. We're playing her at 50 points. She has the Mystic's team ability, keyword, which is what we're after here. She has this Titans Reborn trait, which nobody on the team has the Team Titans ability, so we're not going to worry about that. Then she has this special on her movement, which is travel through my soul self, phasing teleport stealth, passenger 3, but only to carry characters that share a keyword with her, regardless of flight symbol. So mystical keyword. I understand we only have 2, but she's able to carry them both, which is phenomenal. Then we have this other special, which is imparting my soul self to others. Perplex, probability control, support. So we got another perplex, we have another probability control, and we have a support. In case somebody gets hurt, she can heal them up. So for 50 points, looks like we get the Titans team ability, Mystics team ability, 10 movement with a special, 11 attack, psychic blast, 17 defense with energy shield deflection, 2 damage with 1 damage with a 5 range single target. So that's starting to get a little closer to the middle, kind of maybe the shortish side. But you got to remember, we have the bats, we have for enhancement, so that could get her up to a 3. So we've got a 3 damage, a 4 damage, a 5 damage. That could easily be a 6 damage and a 5 damage. Without much of a hassle, and then you still got her to clean somebody up if you wanted to. So that's pretty good there. And then we still have some more points left over, and we're going to bring in just somebody to generally harass our opponent and make them think about what they may have done to us in the past to make us want to play this kind of a team. And once we get the camera adjusted, it is in fact Wendigo. So really, we're playing him at 15 points. He gives us an extra +1 to our theme bonus, and we're just playing him as a way to distract our opponent, because once this guy gets rolling, if he starts getting rolling from that 15 point line and he's able to heal up, that is going to be a big problem for our opponent. And right now we have 2 perplexes, a prob, and a prob, so we can get his 11 attack up to a 13 very easily. And then we still have our other enhancers and stuff like that to get these guys' damage values up to a very respectable level. So we still have some more points, and we still have some issues quasi-solved, but not entirely solved. We have some ways to get around the board, but nothing super spectacular. We've got ravens basically moving us around. We've got some TK with Zatanna, but no true movement attack or anything like that. So one of the ways we're going to solve this is with the exospecs, and we are going to put those on Nightmare so that he has true move and attack anytime he needs it, plus a whole plethora of other things. So it has effect free. If this character is at least 30 points, choose a standard speed or standard attack power. Until your next turn, the chosen character can use the chosen power, but can't use any other standard powers of the chosen type, speed or attack. So since he only has phasing teleport, you can pick hypersonic speed, you can pick running shot, you can pick sidestep, you could pick stealth if you wanted to, if somebody's within range and they're the only character within range or something like that. You abandon your force. You could choose pulse wave and stuff like that. So that's really going to help him. That helps him it solves his mobility issues. It does all kinds of cool stuff for him. So definitely need that for him. And then the other thing is for Zatanna, we're going to give her a goblin glider to give her a few really cool things that are going to help her out. So the Goblin Glider is a heavy object. So this is, I'm going to talk about how we're going to get all this equipped here in a minute. But what we're going to do is Goblin Glider has effect, wing symbol, running shot. If this character is named Green Goblin or can already use running shot, this character can use hypersonic speed. So we're never going to get hypersonic speed. She doesn't get running shot anywhere on her dial, but it will give her running shot, and it gives her the flight ability. So she is going to be able to carry around Nightmare. She's going to be able to carry around Raven. She's able to get a lot of people out of danger in addition to her telekinesis, and that'll give her move and attack along with sidestep. So she's able to, she starts off with I believe a 7 movement with sidestep, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 7 movement with sidestep. So she's able to move 4 squares, 2 squares. So she has a 6 square movement and then an additional 6 squares on range. So she has a 12 square swing all by herself without using perplex or anything. So that's really cool there. And that takes us up to 297 points. I kind of wrestled around with some different things. I thought about knocking her down to 50 points and then doing some more equipment, or maybe another piece of equipment and another Wendigo or something like that. But those are just ideas on ways that you could vary this up. You guys let me know in the comments below what you think of this particular variant of it, or how you'd change it up. And now I'm going to tell you how you're going to run this team, what your opening gambits are going to look like. So none of these ranges are super long, so you're going to choose something that's not totally closed off, but kind of semi-closed off, a map that you know pretty good. I don't have any particular ones in mind. I'm just giving you in general what you're looking for a feel for it. So what you're going to do is you're going to put these out wherever you want. I would put the exospecs, the minimum range, out. And what you're going to do is you're going to move out with Zatanna. You're going to pick up the light object with Zatanna. You're going to bring it back. Then you're going to sidestep and drop the object in Nightmare's square. He's going to take his power action to equip it. And then you're going to, with Raven, carry Nightmare, Zatanna, and to wherever this location is, set Zatanna down in its square, and then that's going to be your 3 actions for the turn, because there's no true leadership on this team. And then your next turn, you're going to kind of start flanking with Wendigo, doing some things to make your opponent nervous with them. You're going to free action make a bat with Zatanna. You're going to possibly at this point start considering doing stuff with Nightmare, or you could pull a token if that's something that you're into. And then it depends on what your opponent's doing. If you want to take a power action and a click of damage to equip this, or if you want to wait a turn and then equip, that is totally up to you. I could see many scenarios that would justify either one of those. So this is the team, guys. You let me know your best Nightmare team. I really love reading that stuff. Put that in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, give it a share. It really helps keep me motivated to make these videos, and also lets YouTube know, hey, other people might like this content. If you want to support the channel, make sure to visit patreon.com/MrClicksFlix. Also, if you're interested in trying to get any of these single figures, please check out both of the channel sponsors, Lucky Dice Cafe or trollandtoad.com. Both have this stuff in general. And then if you're going to trollandtoad.com, make sure to use that promo code MrClicksFlix, because you'll get 5% off your Heroclix order when you do that. Alright guys, that's all I have for you today. As always, please remember that it's only critical miss if you don't have probability control.